Welcome back. So the Indian equity screen is trying to recover. It's not looking as bad as the dire morning. Let's find out what's happening in commodities. Manisha's with us in the studios. It's all rock and roll, isn't it? Particularly in those bitcoins and Solana and whatnot. But you tell us, Manisha, what's the latest?
Well, I'm looking at all of those markets right now because, you couldn't choose anything. Everything really seems to be looking at off-risk appetite in these markets. And the broader market sense really seems to be taking a hit because of that. And today is yet another day. But you rightly said it's not so sharp, not so deep and not so bad today. But the pain just about continues as markets are looking at tariffs and then this conversation about retaliatory tariffs as well, which seems to be weighing in. I just want to put some numbers in and explain. Well, US as of now has said that they're looking at 25% tariffs on Canada and Mexico, and that 10% tariff on China will go up to 20%. But if you look at those numbers, well, US imports worth nearly $900 billion from both of these countries. And when you look at both of these countries like Mexico and Canada as well, the export numbers that go to US are really big. So it is really going to be impacting all of these countries there. So 83% of all Mexico exports happen to US and 78% of all exports from Canada happen to US. So those are big numbers that we're talking about. And this is going to be bothering broader markets as well. Well, US is looking at higher tariffs. And I also want to talk about reciprocal tariffs because that is a statement that also has come in from the US President Trump. He says that reciprocal tariffs will take effect from 2nd of April. So we're looking at tariffs right now. Retaliatory tariffs will come in from other countries and reciprocal tariffs from US will take effect on 2nd. So this is not really ending in any time soon. We already have seen statements come in from Canada announcing retaliatory tariffs, which will come in effect from today when the market opens. The second statement comes in from China, which has rejected US tariffs, saying that they will take countermeasures as well. And we have seen that impact come into the markets. Crude, for example, this is a third straight year that we are trading in negative for the crude oil prices, down by nearly 6% for this year until now. Overnight, we saw 2% of decline, and these prices really are a 12-week lows that we're looking at. The U.S. crude prices are now just about holding $68 a barrel there. The other factor that's bothering crude really is OPEC statement saying that they will increase output in the month of April. They really seem to have written that bullet that U.S. has been given them. Apart from that, the U.S. and Russia conversation also perhaps could give some relief on sanctions to Russia. Russia, remember, is the third largest oil producer after U.S. and Saudi Arabia. And if we are looking at more Russian oil coming into the market, that also seems to be weighing in. Base metals should come in on your screen because we've seen a decline on that as well. On a week-on-week basis, almost every metal is trading in the negative side. The biggest declines coming in for iron ore, trading at a 6-week lows, and the steel prices trading at a 3-month lows as well. The U.S. consumer sentiment for the month of January declined for the first time in 2 years. That seems to be bothering as well. And yes, I also want to talk about crypto markets because after U.S. signed that notification about including many of those cryptocurrencies in their strategic reserve, we saw the prices run up quite strongly, but not anymore. The last 24 hours really have been quite harsh. So 10% down on Bitcoin right now, 15% down on Ether, 20% down on Solana. And you have declines coming in for many of these cryptocurrencies to the tune of 30 to 45% as well in the last 24 hours there. But there's important data coming in as well. You have ADP employment numbers that come in on Wednesday, and then you have US non-farm payroll data that comes in on Friday. So this continues to be a very, very active week in that sense.
All right, Manisha, thank you very much for that.